Everybody, this is the real one. I am the janitor from the courthouse that identifies as a real wannabe lawyer. Because I work at the courthouse, I pick up conversations between the liars and public pretenders. Anyways, let's get right into it. So I was taking some 15-minute breaks at the courthouse because I get paid minimum wage to clean dry diarrhea. And they only give me 15-minute breaks, and the time clock is kind of far, but by the time I go to the time clock to punch out, most of my 15-minute break is over. So I watch a lot of court TV and Wendy Adelson and King Von and different stuff and Cardi Minaj. Anyway, so I was kind of confused right here, because I like how a lot of these little dorky characters that could never come to the ghetto, or could never meet my ghetto celebrities, but so they'll go to their grave sites. So I'm kind of confused here. And I'm kind of doing some wannabe lawyer investigations. But I think that King Von's grave has two graves. He has the fake grave for like the ops that want to go over and put cigarette butts and swishers out on their graves, and then they have the other grave where he is actually resting in peace. So you have this nerdy guy right here. It's like a weird yoga type of guy, Matt Wallace. It's like trying to sound like George Wallace from 60 Minutes.
Only belongs to someone who had a lot of money.
And I've seen in the comments, a lot of people was like, oh, wow, that was so mad respect, Matt Wallace. You didn't drop the location. Well, I think Matt Wallace would probably be in a grave really quick if he did drop the location, as so many people might get mad and want to retaliate at Matt Wallace for that. But what is the real King Von grave? So watch this.
I do not see any names on the front.
He's over here. And then the thing that happens crazy is some Canadian geese are flying in the sky in the shape of a V while he is over there. That kind of makes me think maybe this really is where King Von is buried. The mausoleum. So you see right here, he goes on the side. Now these are mausoleums that rich families or people that have a lot of money can pay for ahead of time. And that way you have a reserved location for your family's burial. And sometimes there are 4 to 6 crypts inside of this. So you see right here, he shows this thing. So you have this nerdy guy right here. No, he's not on meth. He's just kind of skinny. So he's going around and looking inside. So he's looking around. And then he goes over here once again. And then you see, that is the name of King Von. But then I was doing more research. And I found this lady right here. And she goes around. I guess her boyfriend, her baby daddy, is locked up. That looks like her baby's daddy, and he looks like he definitely was a King Von listener, and he is in prison because of the background. But anyway, so this lady right here, she goes to King Von's grave. So there's the other King Von grave. So what is the real King Von grave? And the only thing I can think of is that the family was smart and they made 2 King Von graves, one for the ops. But then again, this is kind of interesting, is this lady right here does this spirit box thing. It's like we're paranormal kind of weird stuff. And I can't lie, the questions she asks and the answers that King Von gave were spot on. And then what really made me think that King Von is buried here, or maybe his spirit is here, I don't know. But the reason it made me think of it is because she asks him, what was the last thing you seen before you passed? Let's see. Hold on, let's go move over to the part where, and this is what is convincing, because she says, what was the last thing you seen before you passed away? And he said he was here, which confirms that the rumors of him coming back to life, in the hospital and waking up in a shock. Now remember, King Von's last minutes before going unconscious was that he was in an altercation at a club where some ops were trying to attack him and trying to take his chain and fight. And so when he was passed out and went to the hospital, the last thoughts that he had was what happened. So he woke up like, where's my gun? Where's my blicky? And so it confirms kind of that that's what happened. So let's see right here. Here we go. Yes, so this is the part right here. What was your last thoughts before you passed away? So check it out. Creepy. So there you have it, people. He says it was him. So that it sort of confirms what they say happened in the hospital. But anyhow, what is the real King Von grave? It's like sometimes when I would go to work, come home from work late at night, I will have some money tucked into my sock. Most of my money tucked into my underwear or my sock. But then I'd have a couple of dollars in a little wallet. So if I got mugged, I could just give the people the fake wallet. So this is sort of the same thing with King Von's grave. Maybe they made one for everybody on the ops and people to think like he's buried there. And then they made that big giant mausoleum one. Now who knows? Maybe the other one was a lie. Maybe the guy, Matt Seals, anybody could have had a little tiny gold plated thing made that says King Von on it. So I think that may have been set up, and that perhaps this is the real King Von grave. It all depends if you have the funeral video footage and you're watching them lower the casket in the ground. I think that the other guy could have been trolling and just found some giant mausoleum thing, and anybody could have made up a little tiny gold. I could have went to the local kiosk in the local mall or something, or local shopping plaza, and had some vendor make a gold thing like that with King Von's birth and death date. So I'm kind of it is kind of suspect. It's kind of sus, the other guy's King Von thing, but it got him 4 million views, so I guess, hey. But anyways, until next time, I think it is nice that these ancestors of European and British migrants that like to go with spirit boxes to my king's graves. Anyways, I gotta get back and pretend I'm working. My 15-minute break is becoming too long. Until next time, don't forget to hate, dislike, and not subscribe. I am the wannabe lawyer. I am just speaking some truth for the culture and having a reaction. And my kings, when are we gonna stop being like that towards each other? We are looking really crazy. When you have Asian people that can all move into the same house and get along, or you have Spanish people that can do the same, but yet my kings, it seems like we are always fighting and shooting and on each other. So let's try to be better people. And Quando Rondo, he should be ashamed of himself running over there. That is some real savage behavior, man. Running over there trying to take Vaughn's chain. And just, it's disgusting. All of you, come on, people. Let's prove the real ops, the establishment, wrong. And all we have to do is show that we are bigger and better than that. Until next time, don't forget to hate, dislike, and not subscribe. I am the WannaBeLawyer. Bye for now.